How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Dead Jester Productions podcast, episode number 188. I'm your host, Joshua J. Moskers, joined this week by Small Paul the Grandpa.
Yeah, I didn't know what the... Just changed it real quick.
Well, on my end, I don't know if it shows the full thing on your end. On mine, it just says small p and then ... I'm like, what is this going to be?
I hovered over it.
I'm like, oh, it's just Paul. Okay.
What on earth did he put? And then it's just Paul. Yeah. Small p. Oh boy, what could this be?
Oh,
Small
man.
Paul. It's been a minute since we did a show, eh?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been basically a month since we've recorded.
It's the longest I've been since I've been on this show in a while.
Yeah.
We come on all the time.
Oh, man. We're playing some Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Xbox yesterday.
Yeah, I mean it was fun. I think it'd be more fun if you had 7 friends to play with.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it.
I was having fun with it, and I was like, you know what? I played one game while my girlfriend was in the bath, was like getting her shower or whatever last night, and I was like, all right, I'll play a game. This guy's like, oh man, I'm on PlayStation though, so we can't play. I'm like, sir, you've misunderestimated me here. Yeah. So I purchased it on PlayStation. And I set it up so I could do the remote play for Xbox. So I have Lindsay on the PlayStation. I'm sitting on the couch then next to her with I had my phone set up because my iPad was dead. But I'm remote play on my phone for the Xbox. So she's on PlayStation, I'm on Xbox, and we're playing it out in the living room. And that was a mess.
You can remote play your Xbox?
Yeah. So you can do it through the Xbox app. I tried it on my laptop through the xbox.com/play, and it sucked.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, can I put Jane on the gaming PC and we both play GTA on Xbox?
Yeah, so the problem was, you might be able to do that. The problem was the remote play through the app, I think it's like acting like a screen instead of like actually streaming the game. The xbox.com/play, you're actually playing the game over the cloud. And so it's super delayed. Like there were times I was playing as Leatherface, and there were times where like I would go to hit somebody and there's like a 1.5 second delay. It was so bad.
Oh man, that'd be unbearable.
But when I streamed it to my phone, it's like a Bluetooth connection from my phone to the Xbox here in the office. So it's like 20 feet, 25 feet or something through the wall. And so it's virtually no delay.
You would need 2 Xboxes still. I wouldn't be able to play my Xbox while she plays Xbox as well on another device.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. Been trying to play. Dude, they don't make enough co-op games.
I know, it's so frustrating.
We end up playing the same shit repeatedly. Like if I could mod in Fallout together for both of us, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's super frustrating because I'm constantly trying to find games for us to play together. And some of them, like the people that people recommend, are just like Diablo, and I'm like, I just don't like Diablo. It's just not my type of game.
Top down type of dude. Diablo 2 back in the day was fire, but top down, I just know. I could get into it. I just know Jaina wouldn't like it. And
that's part of it too. Like some of the games too, then are like it's just overly complicated for some of them, where it just doesn't work for. Like we played Halo, which I was surprised that she played through with me. But like some of the games are just like way too intensive, considering she doesn't really play a lot of games. Where I'm just like, this is just not going to work.
Yeah, there's most of the good big co-op games Jaina's not into. She doesn't like first-person shooters, which I could get. You know, those are the most stressful game. I think
they're just intensive. You have to be on point when playing. You got to
be on point, right?
If you don't want to be like destroyed, getting your ass kicked the whole time, and be frustrated.
Right. Exactly. So she doesn't like those, and I don't know. I don't think she'd like Diablo. Maybe she would.
Even I personally didn't really enjoy it too much. We've tried Diablo 3, to be fair.
Diablo 4 is split screen?
I think it is split screen.
See, I just don't think I would like that game that much too, because I don't like those games where I don't like top-down controls, for one. Is that how Baldur's Gate is? Is that top-down?
It's similar to Diablo, but it's a bit more zoomed in and like focused. Like there's a lot
Oh,
more going
maybe I would
on
like
screen.
that. Yeah, maybe
I
I'd
would
like
watch
that.
some gameplay of. You know what? Go check out the amazing Pat on YouTube. I had him
Amazing
on the
Pat
show
Pat.
here.
He's got a
I've
good
worked with him a little bit.
Diablo. He's got a good
He's
Diablo rip.
he's playing Baldur's Gate. He might have done
Oh,
Diablo as well. I don't remember.
amazing Pat Pat. We'll check him out, dude. Shout out to
Shout
him.
out to Pat, man. Good guy. He's on
Amazing Pat.
episode 13 of Baldur's Gate 3. Like I said, I'm not sure if he did. I thought he did Diablo, but I could be entirely wrong. But yeah, that's a good. I watched him play it a little bit, and I was like, I could get into Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, I could see myself getting into Baldur's Gate because it's
He did play
your
Diablo.
imagination.
Yeah.
It's your imagination more than
It's
anything.
a lot more freeform. Where Diablo is like, here's what you need to do, and it's just mindless. Like with Baldur's Gate, it's you're coming up with solutions to problems. Where Diablo is hit this button over and over again to kill everything.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's why I
Diablo is
don't
way
think
more focused on just grinding over and over and over again, doing mindless shit just to be able to level your guy up for no
'Cause
reason.
we have Samurai Warriors 5, which kind of seems like a similar thing to Diablo, but you're controlling the guy third person style instead of top down. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, we've already got that. And that's pretty fun. Samurai Warriors to anybody who's never played that series.
Oh, okay. I know what this is. All right.
You know
I knew
Samurai
it sounded
Warriors?
familiar. Yeah, I know what it is.
Samurai Warriors 2 on the PS2, dude, is an OG throwback. So
yeah,
good.
I
And we
recognize
got
the
the
name, but I
fifth one.
couldn't picture the gameplay off the top of my
Yeah.
head, but I absolutely recognize it now. Now that I did a Google.
Yeah, it's every single one of them has been the same. If you play the second one on the PS2 or the fifth one on the Xbox Series X, they're basically the same thing. There's just like different paths of enemies that you have to like go down and be like when you start attacking one, like another one gets pushed in. You got to run over the other side,
I remember
attack
seeing
them.
people absolutely hated. I forget what it was.
It might have been because they have they make the same game but reskinned. Like they did it with like the One Piece characters. Then they did an open world one, which that seems stupid to me because the fun part is just slaying 1,000 enemies a match.
Yeah.
You literally kill like you get anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 kills every match, and that's the good part. Is like you literally jump in and 5 minutes in, you're killing 100
You know what?
people.
Maybe I'm thinking of Dynasty Warriors.
That is the open world one. That's the open world one. That's
Right.
the same thing, but then there's an open world element to it, and that's one that I saw people not liking as much because it's like, why do I have to travel from battle to battle? Just take me there. Just take me to each battle.
Yeah,
Which that's more my speed. I don't want to spend 20 minutes on a horse riding to the next battle. I'd rather spend 0 minutes in a menu clicking next battle.
Yeah, they did one.
Jane over here trying to chime in. I'm about to give you a mic if you want to keep talking. Jesus. She's like, isn't that what Red Dead Redemption is?
That's different.
Like, Red Dead is a cowboy game with a great story, goddammit. The best story ever in games. All right? How dare you say such a thing like that about Red Dead? Especially the second one. Fuck, that was good.
Yeah,
Did you play Red Dead?
I did. Yeah, I played both of them. I got into the first Red Dead. I didn't get into at first, and then they came out with the Undead Nightmare. I think
so. Such a good DLC.
Yeah, and it was great because it was standalone. You didn't have to own Red Dead Redemption to buy it or play it. So I bought that at Best Buy on disc back in the day, whenever that came out.
Damn.
I played that on PS3, maybe. I think something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Undead Nightmare was like, so fire.
Okay, I'll get into Red Dead, and I did, and I enjoyed it. And Red Dead 2 came out, and I didn't get it right away. I forget there was other stuff I was playing at the time. I was like, I don't have time to get into another open world game. But I eventually got into it, and it was really good. I never got into the multiplayer as much for Red Dead.
They really dropped the ball on the multiplayer on it, but the single player of Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, is the best single player experience in a game that you can buy to date.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better one, dude. That for everything in it, the whole world is so interactive, and the people actually like do shit. Like there was one day when I first got it, dude. I'm like, let me just see there was NPCs and they were logging, chopping down trees, and they were literally going tree to tree, chopping each one down. And when it would chop down, it would fall down, and they would go to the next tree, and it would stay chopped down. Yeah. And if you went back, like the next day, the tree was still chopped down that they were working on. I'm like, dude. This is so in depth, and I'm riding on the horse, And this guy's like explaining something to me, like, all right, we're going to have to go up on the fort. And he starts getting further away. And the further he got away, he started yelling louder and louder, like, and then when we get up to the tower, like, dude, somebody had to take the time to code that in to make
Yeah.
this more immersive. And it's so nice on the Series X, dude. You can see the full distance into the distance. Oh, God, I could just jerk Red Dead Redemption 2 off all day, dude. That game was so good. So good. The story was so good. I didn't want it to end. When I knew it was coming to an end. What?
You get your money's worth with Rockstar games generally.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, Rockstar and Bethesda, they get you. And they're about to give the next one out for free, Bethesda.
Starfield. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You can get it early. It's on Game Pass, but if you buy the like upgrade version, whatever it is, what's it called? The digital deluxe version or premium edition upgrade. That's what it is. The premium edition upgrade is $35 and you get to play it early on like August 31st instead of September 6th. You also get shit. There was other stuff here.
Oh, it doesn't come out till September 6th?
Yeah.
What comes? I thought it came out next week.
Story expansion, early access, Constellation skin pack, access to. I don't care about the digital art book and sound.
See, if it was Fallout, I would pay the $35 extra to pay it 2 weeks early. But I have a feeling that this game is not going to be one that I play over and over and over again, unless the planets are super fleshed out to where there's almost like a Fallout 3 size game on each planet. You know what I mean? Like a Capital Wasteland size game on each planet.
Said, like, well, think Fallout 3 the size of like DC itself, the actual city. It sounds like there's sort of cities like that on like, I forget how many planets they said. There's a number of planets that are like that, and then there's a number of planets that are like just kind
with nothing, right? Yeah, I watched his interview on Lex Friedman's podcast, and he was talking about that. But my fear is that there's only going to be like 2 or 3 big city planets, and then there's going to be 98 like fetch quest planets where it's like go to this planet, set up an outpost forever just to get the burnt leaves for the guy on Mars. Because he said that there was going to be 2, in Skyrim and Fallout, there's that moment when you get out the vault, when you first step into Skyrim, when it shows you the whole world and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. There it is, dude. I'm on a mountain overlooking this whole thing and I cannot wait to explore. They do that in all their games. In Fallout 4, it's when you come out the elevator on the vault. Skyrim and Fallout 3 have the best ones, but he said there's going to be 2 in this one. So that makes me think 1 is when you first enter the big city, which I think is supposed to be Mars. And then the other one is when you first probably go to outer space on a new planet. And I'm like, well, that makes me think there's only going to be 1 big city. Oh, don't do that.
I know there's a handful. They showed off a handful of them in like their big breakdown that they did. It was like, I forget. I'm going to make up. It was 35, 40 minutes long. They did a whole thing on it where they were showing off all the features and worlds and things like that.
I saw a guy tweeting on it that got it early. He said the first 3 hours of the game, you're just overwhelmed, having no idea how any of the systems in the game work.
That's how all the games are, though, too.
I guess maybe it's just because it's been so long since I've had a new one that I'm like, oh, fuck.
More Fallout than like the story game. Because Fallout, you have like the Pip-Boy, the VATS, and everything like that.
Maybe it's just because I learned that shit I think it's since I learned that all in 2007 with Fallout that I'm just so used to it that I'm like, oh boy, here comes the new one. And it's also outer space. I wish they picked my least favorite subject matter for being one of my favorite game developers. Fantasy and sci-fi are my 2 least favorite of the genres. And that's like what they do all their stuff under. Like, come on.
We had talked about it a little bit ago about like how we wish they did like a modern open world game.
Yeah, dude.
Like a modern urban game would be insane.
That'd be so good. Like a GTA mixed with Fallout style fucking game, but make it some type of reason to why there's no cars in it. The Fallout games and Skyrim, you don't need to have cars in that. Make for some reason no car was invented in this universe or something like that, or everybody goes on railways. I don't know, but get rid of the car for some reason, make it modern day, and that'd be sick. Or
I'd
if
be
it is
fine
a car, if
Fallout,
it is,
another Fallout, but like make it completely urban for the most part, like
yeah,
all city. 'Cause I love
yeah.
urban combat in games. It's so much fun because you're literally poking around every single corner, not sure what's going on. Where as opposed to like when you're out in the open world, which is also fun, but it's like, oh, I can see the enemies from this far away. I will snipe them from here and move on.
Yeah, my favorite part in the games is definitely like the built up urban areas. Like I loved in
Mhm.
Skyrim how there was like 5 different cities and there's like Whiterun and it's like the clean city and
Then like
it's on a
Starfield, which is like the
waterfall and
capital
shit.
city.
Yeah, then you had
That's
the
like the big
capital
one.
city and everything was had tall buildings and everything. And then you had like the winter
Cold.
city. You had a
Yeah.
couple winter cities. Then you had like the city where all the criminals were and it was a little dirtier.
Riften. Yeah, that's where thieves go. You
Yeah.
got like Falkreath, which is some
Yeah.
of those are like the smaller ones, where it's just like small little villages almost more than anything.
Yeah, Fallout only ever has like one big settlement and then like a couple other decent small ones. But usually I end up one of the ones in Fallout 4 is called the Covenant, and they're a bunch of weirdos, and I always end up killing all of them. So then that just leaves Good Town or whatever that's called. There's like Good Town in the Diamond City. I'm like, come
Yeah,
on, I need more than 2.
Covenant.
Come
I'm trying
on,
to remember what Covenant
I love a
is.
good built up area like where you get your missions from and shit. Like Skyrim has that over Fallout all day. They have way more settlements, and
Yeah,
even the small settlements are nice in Skyrim. They'll have like a small town, and you'll be like, "There's like 3 stores here."
yeah.
Like Riverfeld or whatever it was called. Riverfeld had like 3 towns
River
in a
Run, I think.
River
Yeah.
Run. Yeah, it had like
You have the
numerous towns.
smithy. You've
There's
got the like
dozens of
general
missions.
store.
Yeah,
You
there's
got
like a
the pub. Yeah.
yeah, there's like a dozen missions you can get out of that like small town. That's my favorite part in them. So give me some of that. Give me a whole war city too. Give me like if it's planet by planet, give me a peaceful planet. Give me a
Mhm.
planet where they're always killing each other. Give me the America planet where people are shooting each other in the streets repeatedly. You
They are
know,
going to have stuff like that based on what I've heard. Something sort of like
well,
that.
I
They're also
can't
going
wait
to have
then.
uh like space stations and shit that you can just board and take over. Not you
Ooh,
can't like commandeer them or anything, but like you can board them, go in, clear it out, and everything like that. So
like
that's
a
kind of cool.
space station city, like in the Expanse.
Yeah, because they showed one off where like
Ooh.
I can't explain like the size of it very well, but like it's like a larger space station where there's people living there. It's like a habitat for them, and there's it's a good size,
Yeah, they
and
had that
so
in
it
the
seems like that'll be
Expanse.
cool.
I like
I've
that.
never seen The Expanse actually.
Yeah, dude, the Expanse is one of those shows where the middle of it is good. It starts off slow. There's a lot of shows kind of like this where the first season you're like, eh. Then the
Still
middle
trying to find their
seasons get
feet, get the budget.
so good, dude. They get on their feet, and the middle, like I think there's like 5 seasons. Say there's 5 seasons.
Mhm,
2, 3, and 4 are amazing. At least the middle 2.
mhm.
There's 2 seasons in there that are so good. It's got who's the guy that played the Punisher?
Oh, I don't
Um,
remember his name.
but he's in it.
Are you
The guy
talking
that
about
played.
It's not John Barenthal.
No, not the new Punisher. The Punisher, like the
Uh,
hardcore one. The hardcore
uh,
one. Uh, he's in it.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane is in it. He plays like this gritty detective. The first season, he's the best part of the first season, but they're
Mhm.
still developing the other characters. And then they get their ship and they kind of put together their little crew towards the end of the first season. And the second and third season, you got like your space pirates out doing adventures, but they're like good pirates though. Think like Treasure Planet style pirates. How it
Okay.
was like he's trying to like save the day.
Yeah.
It's basically Treasure Planet for adults now that I think about it. But they've got like a sweet spaceship. The crew has all developed characters. Well, one of them in real life,
It's got Burn Gorman in it.
that might be the one that got me too'd. One of them got me too'd in real life. The pilot, and he was probably one of the cooler characters too. He got me too'd in real life, and then they made one of the last season. It got so woke weirdly. They made one of the characters like gay, like one of the main characters is just gay all of a sudden, and the other guy's gone because he got me too'd. And then the other dude, the main guy, became such a pussy towards the end. Thomas Jane was dead at that point. Spoiler. And it just went off the rails after like the last season was so dog shit. It's like, God damn it. There's a lot of shows that do that. House of Cards did that, where the last season was just so piss poor. Oz, The Wire, where the last season just sucks so fucking bad that it puts a bad taste in your mouth for the whole show. So
Yeah,
The Expanse was good though. It had a cool world.
I might check it out. We'll see. We've been watching The Bear on Hulu. It's this guy.
Familiar.
There's no like, it just starts essentially, and you're kind of thrown into it. And it's about this guy who's like a chef. He's like a professional chef. Worked in he got like a bunch of awards or whatever. And all of a sudden he's like working at like this rundown like sub shop essentially in Chicago. His brother has died, and so he's like left the shop to him. And so he's there like trying to manage this tiny like shitty little rundown sub shop in Chicago, while having been like a professional chef. And it's him dealing with the people that work there that just don't give a fuck. They don't really respect him, and it's just a shithole. It's him
like a dark comedy.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's not. It's not as much of a comedy as it is like a drama, but there's like funnier moments in it. I think they label it as a drama comedy.
Drama, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as heavy on the comedy.
Oh, it's got that kid from that other show in it. Is that the main guy? He's from Shameless, the kid from Shameless?
Yeah, he was in Shameless.
He's the main guy?
Yeah,
Jeremy Allen White?
Yeah, my girlfriend said he's very similar to the guy from Shameless, apparently.
Wasn't he a gay guy in Shameless?
I've never seen Shameless. I don't know.
Or wait, maybe his twin was the gay guy.
I don't know.
Oliver Platt is in it, dude. How does that guy make his way into everything? God.
Oliver Platt.
This guy is in the most random shit, dude. Any show, if you just watch a show, he's like, he'll just be there at one time or another. Like, look at his IMDb, dude. Chicago Fire, Chicago Justice, Modern Family.
Oh, Oliver. Okay.
American Dad.
You're absolutely
This guy
right.
is in everything. The Good Wife for like one episode. This guy is in Fargo. He's in everything for one episode.
I don't know why he didn't.
X-Men.
He didn't show up on the cast for me here, but like you're absolutely correct. Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, it's a good show. Like I said, it focuses on like him trying to manage the restaurant while getting a bunch of shit from all the people that work there, and then also dealing with like the death of his brother on the side.
Oh, and Robert Townsend makes an appearance too. That guy's never in shit anymore. Robert Townsend makes an appearance.
I think we're like 5 episodes in. It's all right so far.
Pretty good. I might give it a rip, dude. We just finished up. We finished up Breaking Bad, and I want a new show. I'm sick of showing. I've been showing Jaina all the shit she missed since she's from Jamaica. She hasn't seen all that good American shit. So I showed her Breaking Bad. We watched some Shawshank, some Quentin Tarantino movies, and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, all right, I want to watch something I haven't seen yet. It has been a minute since I've seen something I haven't seen. So we might rip the bear.
It's a well-made show. Like it looks good. Like there's a lot of shows out there where it looks like it's cheaply made. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, Like I mean, I imagine they didn't need a huge budget for this. Most of the budget probably went to paying the staff and then literally the food that's on set that they're working with.
On this show? Yeah,
the bear, yeah.
Not much how's the cinematography? They're not doing too many like circling the camera around shots, are they?
No, I don't want to say the majority, but like a huge portion of the show is like in the kitchen of the restaurant.
A lot of is it a lot of like continuous shots?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Oh, damn. I got so spoiled with just watching Breaking Bad. I always have to take a break before I start another show because I'm like pointing them out to Jaina as we're watching too. Like on the last episode, there's a part where the wife is on the phone with her sister, and she's like, "Walt's out there. Bah, 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 bah. He's probably coming to your house. They're looking for him," and she's just acting on like she doesn't know what's up on the phone. And then they back the camera out like 2 feet, and Walt was just behind a post the whole time. And it's so well done. Just as simple as that. Just a little simple, just a long shot that did that. Just to set it in like, oh, he's been here the whole time. It's just so good, dude. and other shows don't be doing that. They don't do that. And he
I go
only
back
did
to
it.
it. Like you can tell that when they're poorly like made because it just looks cheap. Where they're just cutting super. It's not always bad if they're cutting quickly, but I always refer back to like the Taken, like clip, like when jumps the fence, like that sort of cut where it's just cut, just nonstop action, like action as far as like camera action, where it's just all over the place. And then a lot of these shows just like the lighting isn't great at times. Like the camera angles are bad. Where it's just all right, focus on this guy's face. Now back to the other person's face. Now back to his face. It's like just you don't need to keep cutting. Just do a wider angle with both of them in it talking.
Yeah, I watched a brand new ass movie the other day that had way too many camera cuts, and they were literally there was a part where they're just discussing what they're gonna do, and they're just moving the camera in a circle around them the whole time. Do you remember what that was called, Jana? What that movie was? Well, it had fucking John Cena and Jackie Chan. If whatever the Jackie Chan, John Cena 2023 movie.
About. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Really?
I forget what it's called.
Dude, I stumbled upon it on the bottom of Peacock or something.
Hidden Strike.
Hidden Strike. I couldn't finish it, dude. It was so bad. It was so bad. It wasn't even so bad that it was good, like Trailer Park Boys. It was so bad. Just there's a cringe part where he's like, I'm doing it for the kids. And there's this classroom and John Cena goes and like does this terrible dance for the kids. And he's like, I do it every day for them. I'm like, what? This is the most cringe shit. And then Jackie Chan's old ass starts dancing. And it was just terrible. The CGI was, yeah, literally. It was egregious. I had to turn it off. I only made it about 30 minutes in and was like, I only have an hour before I got to go to bed and go to work tomorrow. I want to play Fallout instead. I don't want to waste it on this. So,
God,
it was fucking.
That's not even the movie I was thinking of. I was thinking it was before you said Jackie Chan. I thought it was Vacation Friends 2.
Oh shit!
What is that? That's John Cena and a bunch of other people. I have no idea. Just an ad keeps popping up for it because we were given Hulu from a friend. Possibly no, we pay for it. I mean, we using a friend's account, and she's not paying for like the ad free version. So like, we're not paying at all. So
yeah, I don't have the ad free version because the bundle. I have the bundle, and they don't offer an ad free bundle.
ESPN Hulu sort of bundle.
Yeah, they don't offer an ad free bundle. I would get that one. Yeah, if it was like $10 more to get all of them, because I get the bundle for free through my Amex. They pay for it. They cover it on my American Express Platinum. They just pay for the Disney Plus bundle on there, and I would just pay $10 more and get no ads because I get so pissed when I'm watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia and I'm watching the same commercial for the 5th time. It's unbearable. It's frankly the worst thing ever. Again. Yeah, I'm like, why is it just one commercial? We couldn't get 3 different ones at least. And commercials today suck. They used to be way more fun 20 years ago when people had no idea how algorithms work.
Just give away the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah,
they're so bad. It's like, all right, here we go. Oh, this is the build up in the movie. Oh, now here's where like the middle of the movie, clearly where they're dealing with everything. And there's the end of the movie. All right. They've just shown me the entire movie. Why would I pay to go watch this in theaters?
Yeah. I will say, though, back to John Cena, because I feel like I gave him a bad name. John Cena movies are usually pretty good. I usually enjoy them thoroughly. This was the first one I think I didn't like, because I love The Marine. I love when he's in Fast and the Furious. What are some other John Cena movies?
Has it been in? 2?
Yeah, 2 of them, I think. He plays fucking plays the brother of
Dom
Toretto. I'm trying to think of his real name. Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
He's in, and that one that he made where like his daughter is trying to lose her virginity at prom was pretty funny. That was pretty good. That one was pretty good. He plays like an overprotective dad, and his daughter's like trying to get fucked on prom night. It was yeah, he's like stupid though.
Is that what it's
Cock
called?
blockers, dude. Cock blockers. That was pretty good. He played one movie where he was like cucking somebody. That was pretty funny. What's the movie where he's like a guy like comes home and his wife's like fucking John Cena? And I think he plays himself in that one too, where it's like, dude, my wife's fucking John Cena. So he's usually pretty good in his appearances. That might be Trainwreck. Yeah, I think
I've
that.
that one has Bill Hader and Amy Schumer in
Yeah, I
it.
think that might be the one. Yeah, like Amy Schumer is just fucking John Cena.
Man, that sucked for John Cena.
There's one where he plays like a stepfather to like Mark Wahlberg's kids that are pretty funny. Him and Will Ferrell. He plays like the
I
enemy dad or whatever.
Is that Daddy's Home?
Daddy's Home 2, I think. John
Okay.
Cena's usually pretty good in his movies. This is the first one that I was like, this is just undoable. And Jackie Chan, but everybody, Jackie Chan's a legend though. Especially OG Jackie Chan movies, dude, like Police Story. You ever
Mm.
seen any? Have you ever went back and watched any OG Jackie Chan movies, like from his prime, like the 80s and 90s, like
Not
prime
all of
Jackie
them.
Chan?
No. I do
Dude,
remember watching what is the Jackie Chan animated show?
that was so
Is
fire.
it just Jackie Chan Adventures? Is that what it was called?
Jackie Chan Adventures, dude.
Okay, for some reason I thought it had a different name.
Jackie Chan. I think Police Story is what I'm looking. Yeah, Police. Right? This is Jackie Chan. I think. I think this is the one I'm looking for here. Yeah, the original Police Story with Jackie Chan, dude. This is one of my favorite karate kung fu movies. This is a kung fu movie ever, dude. He plays It has a lot of real effects in it, and there's a part where they like actually drive a car on the roofs in a village, like across it. They actually did it to film the movie. That's pretty good, and it's filmed in like a longer filmed shot because they're like, we only got one try at it, so there's a lot of that. Like they actually blow stuff up. There's a lot of scenes where they only had one shot at doing it. It's pretty good. Police Story. I like that one. I like any movie with real effects though. Like actually blow the
Yeah.
fucking thing up. Come on.
Like Christopher Nolan, I enjoy most of his movies, even if they're like over the top sometimes. Like as far as like he makes them like confusing on purpose to seem deeper meaning.
Yeah.
But like I appreciate that he does all the actual effect. He doesn't use digital effects really. Like in Tenet, he actually crashed a 747 into a fucking hangar. It's fucking
Yeah, Tenet was
badass.
fire.
I forget how they did the for Oppenheimer. They did some sort of explosion and they actually detonated an explosive, I think, to film the bomb going off. I don't remember exactly.
I haven't seen his last two, Dunkirk or Oppenheimer, dude. That era is so overdone in movies. I'm like, enough World War II shit. Come on. Come on. This is enough. It's enough. It's been enough. It's been enough for 15 years with the World War II shit. You know what I mean? Like, make something else.
Yeah.
I know how it ends. We killed Hitler.
Yeah. Are you serious? Is that what happened?
Yeah. What? That's how it ended? No idea. Unless they do like a Rambo in World War II style thing, like give me a crazy. That's what I would watch, dude. If it was just a comically like the most jacked Russian guy they can find, and he's like, "What do you mean? I get no weapon on the front?" And he immediately picks up like a PPSH, is not aiming, mowing down fucking Nazis for an hour and a half. Oh, dude, I'm in there. He freaking steals a motorcycle at one point, and he's like firing a PPSH off a motorcycle. Give him a couple one-liners, hit a jump with an explosion. I'm fucking in there like swimwear, dude. You got my $15. You got my $15. You got it. That's all it takes. They're overdoing it nowadays.
Yeah. They try it. The problem is like I said this with Extraction 2. I don't know if you were on the show when I was talking about before or not. I may have been talking to you outside of the show. Extraction 1 with Chris Hemsworth on Netflix. I really liked it. First one. It's ridiculous to an extent, right? It's him. He's like a super soldier essentially, run around. It's supposed to be grounded, but you know he's surviving situations in which he shouldn't. But it's still like sort of gritty, and it's like, all right, this is cool. Extraction 2 is like 80s style, but not as well. Like they try and make it seem grounded, but still throwing like the 80s action movies like style action, but it doesn't work as well to an extent because it tries to walk the fine line of like ridiculousness combined with like gritty realism, but they don't know how to do it properly.
Yeah.
So it's like he's surviving shit he shouldn't be, but it also is just like, like I don't buy him enough as like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, type or like
Stallone, dude.
Stallone,
Stallone's the
right?
guy. Dude,
Yeah, like
it
it's
is a crying shame that it's been 40 years and most modern action movies cannot hold a candle to Rambo 2, to First Blood Part 2. It's crazy. Like, how can they make a better movie? Come on. You have so
they
much more shit.
they keep trying to throw in, like, I get that the Rambo movies have like the deeper meaning to them as well. Like it's a political commentary to an
Oh,
extent.
not the second one, dude.
But you get what I'm saying though, right? There is meaning to it. But the new ones are like constantly like, oh, we got, they're I feel like they're trying to be not woke, but like, oh, let's be really open minded about this. Like let's show like this is bad what we're doing, but we gotta do it anyway. Like it's just so self aware to the point where it's just kind of
Dude,
redundant.
Rambo First Blood Part 2 is like a almost a spoof of itself of being a sweet action movie, cuz there is numerous parts that are the most basic setup for him to just have to go and kill 40 people.
Mhm.
Where it'll be like, "All right, Rambo, things are different now than when you were in the service. We've got technology." And they give him like a backpack of technology, I guess. And like, we're gonna parachute you down in there. Well, while he's parachuting, his bag of technology immediately gets stuck to the plane, and he's like hooked on, like dangling, like and he cuts it off. His bag of technology goes flying, so now he just has a bow and arrow and a knife, and he's like, "Well, guess I got to do it my way. I'm lost in the jungle."
That's what I'm saying though.
He gets a girlfriend. He
Oh
gets a
yeah,
girlfriend, dude, for final, like,
Perfect.
and she's helping him out. And she's like, "Rambo, I love you. You take me America. You take me America, Rambo." She's obsessed with going to America. He's like, they start making out. Literally, the second after they kiss, she stands up immediately. As she stands up, gets mowed down by Viet Cong with
They're like in that
AK
creek or something,
47s.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like he's climbing
Immediately
a log
stands
in a
up and
creek.
gets shot. Immediately as he gets a girlfriend. Rambo finally gets a girlfriend. She died seconds later. Seconds later, she's getting gunned down, dude. It's so good.
That's what I'm talking.
It's
But
so
like, it's so
good.
simple. Like they're not overcomplicating it.
Yes.
They're just like, yeah, this happens, and yeah, he fucking kills people. That's all there is to
Yeah.
it. Whereas like the modern ones are like, we have to make it so the bad guys have a gray area sometimes. Like, why are they doing what they're doing? Yeah, they're completely evil, but it's because they want their family to join them, and it's like, oh my god, we just want to see like a meathead gun down a bunch of people in the movie.
Yeah, there's a place for that, like Pulp Fiction style, if you want to develop both sides, but you got to get good characters on both sides. Don't give me shitty development of shitty characters. They keep trying to overdevelop shitty characters in these movies. We don't need that.
Like even like Extraction 2, I'll keep using that as the point. It's so frustrating when they take people like that are supposed to be fucking like Navy SEAL like badasses and shit like that, and they make them incompetent in order to make the plot work.
Yeah.
But yeah, other times they're like incredibly intelligent. Like there's a part where it's like it's extraction. The whole point is they're extracting people from a location. He's going to save his ex-wife's sister and her children, and they're in a prison with the husband because he's like a Russian, I think, like a Russian like criminal, like mob boss sort of thing. He's in the prison, but like his family runs the prison, so it's all like for show essentially. And he brought his wife and 2 children in with him, so they'd be there with him while he was there. And so Chris Hemsworth goes in with the team. They extract them, whatever. But the older son, who's like 16 or so, something like that, is like, oh, but dad, like, how can we leave dad behind? And it's like, there's no reason for him to be attached to his dad. The dad treats them like shit, beats the mom in front of him. And like they get out there, they get on a plane, and one of the people on Chris Hemsworth's team has like a satellite phone that he's using to like organize everything, right? He's like, oh, we're going to be landing here at this time, have a car ready, whatever. And he gets up, leaves the satellite phone next to the teenager or whatever, and the teenager picks it up and leaves, goes and like texts the mob boss like, oh, this is where we're going to be. And the secret, like the agent guy comes back, at no point does he realize the phone is missing, doesn't realize, oh, a text message has been sent to this other number. It's like so fucking dumb. Like if you're actually trying to be like sneaky about this, you're not gonna like leave the phone or out and around. You're not gonna be like having everything on fucking lockdown the entire time. Like it's insane.
Yeah, they overdo it. Like I said, they overdo it. And
It's
if they need to just theme it to being in the 80s again, to where before people had phones and shit, do that. I don't give a fuck. The guns were cooler back then anyway. I don't need to fucking see the newest, latest, and greatest laser pointed fucking guns and tactics. Nah, fuck it. Give me fucking untrained Viet Cong to gun down or something.
I just hate when they're inconsistent in their own movies. It's like, is your character smart or stupid? Just keep them at that level the entire time. It doesn't make sense to make them a
grave error.
Yeah.
That's James Bond in a fucking nutshell, dude. That Joker always like being as slick as possible. Just forgets something that leaves him wide open. Next thing you know, he's tied to a fucking chair with sharks underneath him.
I love the theory that James Bond is not actually the one saving the world. They send him in knowing he's incompetent, and he goes in, draws a bunch of attention all the time because he's so stupid. And then while he's engaged in combat, the actual professionals sneak in and do the mission.
Like, this guy's always drunk. He's just fucking.
Exactly. They just send him in to draw attention, and while everyone else is doing the actual work behind the scenes.
That. That's pretty good.
It's a fucking hilarious theory. It doesn't hold up when you watch the movies because it's really him doing it, but it's fucking hilarious. I love the idea. They're just like, send this fucking goober in. He's gonna fuck it all up. They'll think he's the mastermind, and that'll be it. I mean, everyone knows who he is. He shows up. And that guy's always like, "Hello, Mr. Bond. I've been watching you," or something to that extent.
Yeah, he shows up. And the bad guys are immediately like, "Oh, he's here. Maybe we should think of an elaborate way to contain him."
Yeah,
he like, surely won't get out.
My name's James Bond. I'm a secret agent for MI6.
Yeah, literally, Bond. James Bond.
Yeah. His catchphrase is him outing himself.
Yeah, him blowing his cover. His catchphrase.
All right, James, you're going undercover. Got it. Hey, everyone, it's me, James Bond. I'm here to play poker. Oh, okay.
Dude, Casino Royale is agent fire, too. That's the best one. Casino Royale. It's the best one. Who is... Are they... That's the problem, dude, is with these franchises, instead of having just a new cool spy, they'll just make another James Bond. And it's like, we don't need, come on. Don't give me another guy who's just going to drink martinis and shit. That was cool in the 80s. We need the modern spy, dude. We need a white guy with dreads, smoking weed, who's selling drugs, and it turns out he was undercover the whole time. That's how you do it nowadays.
That's why I get frustrated when you see the argument over like, who's going to be the next James Bond? We need a black James Bond. Times have changed. No, we need a female James Bond. It's like, why don't you just make a good movie starring those people?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to ride the coattails of an already wildly successful IP.
Ooh, they did make a good lady spy movie. Did you see Atomic Blonde? It's made by the guy that makes John Wick.
I know that one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just make a good movie. The fact that you have to make it James Bond like a female or like a black guy or whatever, all that says to me is, you're not confident in your ability to make a new good film. You need to use the James Bond name in order to boost sales for your movie.
Damn, I would love a new good. We need another good lady spy movie. What was the last good lady spy movie?
See Mr. Nobody or just Nobody with Bob Odenkirk?
I have seen that. That was also made by the guys that make John Wick. Yeah. Has RZA in it. And the guy from Back to the Future. RZA is such a bad actor. I was like, why did they get him for this? He's been terrible in a bunch of shit. He's in he made his own movie, Man with the Iron Fist. And he's in Ghost Dog back in the day. I think he was in Blade, one of the Blade movies. He's been terrible. He's been horrible in those movies. He did the soundtrack for Blade 3, and it was fire. But it's like, stick to what you're good at, dude. You make fire soundtracks. Don't be in the movie. What are you doing? Get the RZA to do the soundtrack for the movie. You don't have him be the adopted brother. This is barely even making sense anymore. Whatever. Fuck it. They killed like 90 people in that movie, so I was cool with it. And the RZA did have a sweet collateral. Dude, when he had that sniper and he turned down the hallway and decked 3 guys with one bullet. That was
I like
pretty fucking sick.
I like the little moments in shows like that where like when the villain walks in the hospital and just picks up the chair and chucks it across the room at the guy. Shit like that's fucking funny. They did the similar thing in True Detective season 1 where it's Matthew McConaughey and
Woody Harrelson.
And they go back to the people. They stop at like a gas station or a mechanic or something, and they won't talk to him because they're looking for like a whorehouse that they think like children are being taken to. And they go back to the car, and Matthew McConaughey's like, "Hold on a sec, I just got to run back in." He leaves his jacket there, and he goes back in, and he's like, "Fellas, I think we got started off on the wrong foot." And he grabs a toolbox and slams it into the guy's face, cracks his head open, beats the shit out of the other guy. And then it cuts back out to Woody Harrelson in the car, just sitting there, like, listening to the radio or whatever. And Matthew McConaughey walks back out, like, rolling his sleeves back down. It's like, yeah, anyway, we're going to go down the street here, take a right, and it's going to be a mile up the road. Woody Harrelson's like, okay.
Dude, did you watch True Detective? Have you seen the other seasons of it?
I've seen all 3 seasons, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to suggest to you, skipping season 2, going straight to season 3. Because season 1,
I showed her season 1, and it's fucking amazing. It's so good. Skip season 2. I think we watched season 3 as it was being released, which is still good, but not as good as season 1. But I enjoyed it.
I think I liked season 3 just as much. I loved season 3. I was like,
I'm this is hardcore. I've rewatched season 1 like 3 times. So maybe if I give season 3 that, mention it will.
Ending of season 1 or ending of season 3 was. Ending of season 1, they're in like that weird. They're like that weird pedophile guy that they.
Yeah.
I didn't really like how they really pointed the finger hard at him in season 1, and then they're like, actually, it's been this guy that we've been showing you here and there the whole time. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like how they handled that. It wasn't like a big reveal. It was like, obviously, this guy's going to play into the story. They've just been showing this incest weirdo the whole time.
I like the creepiness factor of season 1 with like the sort of cult mentality, like the weird like things. Like, season 3, like you bounce back and forth with like Mahershala Ali as like an elder man who has like dementia.
Yeah,
and it's like him dealing with that while trying to solve a case. In the past, he's fine while trying to solve it, and then in the future or present, I guess he has like dementia. And they're trying to solve the case.
Yeah,
you get like closure to the extent of like, oh, okay, this is what happened, but it's not. I feel like I don't like that they just didn't get the bad guy, so to speak. Like I like that about season 1, where it's like this is the bad guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Season 1 was better. Now that you,
I like that sort of like finality where it's like the showdown almost, where it's like, we're going to get in there. We're going to fuck this guy up. We're going to take him. And they go in and do their shit. Matthew McConaughey does not fuck him up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Season 1 is better. Matthew McConaughey is the best character out of all of them. When he's sitting there getting interrogated. Yeah, the interrogation flash forwards are better than the dementia flash forwards. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I still like season 3, though. It is very good. Still very good. Season 2 though is just such a fucking
trash. I don't know how Colin Farrell gets into anything. He's never very good. Don't
like him as an actor.
He was in this movie called like In Bruges back in the day, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's such a good indie movie." And he's just kept getting into things. He played like Alexander the Great or something.
He did, yeah. I remember. I think it was.
What the fuck is that? Why the hell is he playing him? He's not in shape at all. But yeah, he's not very good. Is it just because he's Irish? There's not a lot of Irish guys, or is he? Where is he even from?
He might be Scottish. I don't know.
Oh, it's same shit, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he is Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't like him. He seemed like a whiny little bitch throughout season 2 of True Detective.
Yeah, there was a bunch of shit.
It was him. He was the one with his. I forget season 2 a lot. It was him and his son, right? He's trying to like get to like hang out with his son.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I really just don't even try to remember.
I think is the other guy who's like turns out to be gay, and he's trying to hide the entire time.
Why? And that's like, how many times are they going to do that in the show where it's like, oh, by the way, I was gay the whole time.
Yeah,
come on, we get it. They did it on The Wire.
Yeah, you make it sound like a Bond villain. Yeah, where it's like, I was.
They did it on The Wire, and it was like, okay, I get it. Late 90s, people still hated gay people. Nowadays, it's like no one even really gives a fuck that much. It's very few. Just stop. It's every show now has a secret gay, We don't have to. Come on, give me a new plot line. Give me something new. Or if you're gonna do it old, then do it as classic as possible, just with the new shit, and make it good. Don't make a shitty gay story. Just
And you
remake
have
Brokeback Mountain or something.
you have them. You have who was the other? Vince Vaughn. So I was thinking of. Like
Ooh.
he had like a sort of interesting storyline, but it's just like I just couldn't take him seriously.
Yeah, he was the best part of that season. Yeah. I like Vince Vaughn. He's one of those guys though that is surprisingly underrated at different things.
He's Vince not Vaughn. Bad, but it's like I just for whatever reason I couldn't get into his character. He's like balancing like funny Vince Vaughn with like serious Vince Vaughn. I was just like, eh.
See, I feel like he does that so well because he played a drill instructor in not Heartbreak Ridge. That's the one with Clint Eastwood. The one with the guy that played Spider-Man for one movie. I literally have been there. Hacksaw Ridge. I've literally been to Hacksaw Ridge too in Japan. He was in Hacksaw Ridge. He played the drill instructor and he killed it, dude. Yeah, I was fully believing that he was a drill instructor.
The fact that it was season 2 of True Detective, and I really didn't like it.
he's one that I think that I'm like, damn, Vince Vaughn can do it. There's sometimes people just be pulling one out their ass. That I'm like, you know what? I didn't think about it, but it kind of makes sense that he's good at other things. Like Peter Griffin. Who voices Peter Griffin there?
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane is like an amazing singer.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? You would have never thought, like, well, Wish, come on. I can't even do a Peter Griffin fucking voice.
Because he does Peter Griffin, he does Stewie, he does Brian. Yeah. I'm sure he does like a couple of the ancillary characters as well.
Yeah. Would have never thought that Peter Griffin could sing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, season 1 and 3 of True Detective definitely worth watching. Season 2, yeah.
And they didn't bring back Seth MacFarlane for Sing 2. He was in Sing 1, not Sing 2. And it basically I'll never watch another Sing again until they bring him. Bring him back.
Oh, completely off topic here. For I don't know if you paid attention, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So when Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version, when that got announced, they're like, yeah, Call of Duty's not coming out in 2023. We're going to skip a year. And people were skeptical about it, and for good reason, because now they announced Modern Warfare 3. It's $70 for the game, and all it is a new campaign, which fair enough. If it was just a new campaign, I would pay like $20 for it, maybe, right? I think that'd be fair. It's a new campaign and all like old maps from the 2009 version of Modern Warfare 2. So no new multiplayer maps and just a new campaign for $70.
But it has a multiplayer?
They're just adding new maps. It's modern. So the current Modern Warfare 2 game, it's literally just an expansion for that. It's an add-on for that for $70.
It's not a standalone game.
No, it literally takes place in the same game menu and everything. You just choose it.
Oh, I was thinking it was literally just. I was like, wait a minute, Josh. You're telling me that they're giving you the original Modern Warfare 2? That's what I thought you were saying for a second. No. Damn.
So it's DLC. It was supposed to be DLC for the current Modern Warfare 2 game, the Modern Warfare 2 version 2, whatever you want to call it. It's DLC for that. They realized, oh wait, we can milk our customers for more money. So they charge $70. The campaign, which like I said, I would pay $20 for a campaign probably as a standalone. That'd be fine. But then they're like, all right, well, we have to make it seem like it's worth $70. So they're just taking the 16 maps from Modern Warfare 2, the original 16 maps from Modern Warfare 2, the old Modern Warfare 2, 2009. They're just taking them and updating the graphics and putting them in the new version of the game. And that's it. That's all you're getting.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
$70.
That's more of a rip-off than a pay-per-view these days.
As well, but I don't know enough about that. Even so.
Zombies a big boy, though. Zombies is the number one seller of Call of Duty for me.
Yeah.
But the Sledgehammer game Zombies shit on the other Sledgehammer. What is it, Infinity Ward? The Infinity Ward Treyarch. Zombies suck.
Treyarch is the original zombie.
Oh, okay, so they make the good one. and then but doesn't Sledgehammer make their games now?
Yeah, Sledgehammer did the like Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare, the World War II zombies. Like it,
That one was good.
I forget that. Yeah, that one. That one they did was the one where it's like in a Russian, like a bunker, and then you're running around like sort of like a swampy area. It's like they're the ones that had the meme in it with the zombies carrying the coffin doing the dance.
That's Cold War.
Is that Cold War?
That
Treyarch, then.
is one of the best maps they've ever made for zombies. That's one of the best zombies maps of all time. Die Machine on Cold War, right. Dude, that one was so good because it actually had 4 train spots.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you had 4 buddies, you could actually fucking play.
Overcomplicated. Like some of the Treyarch ones got too complicated. Like the ones with the giant robots walking through the map,
right?
Like with the staffs and shit. I'm like, this needs to take a second.
Yeah, Cold War had such good zombies. That might have been the best. The nostalgia of the original Black Ops is what makes me be like, that was the best one. And it felt like they were going to get you at any moment because it was so hard. And Cold War was pretty easy for zombies.
Yeah. I think the thing that annoys me was the maps where you can't just play the map. You have to do like the whole Easter egg in order to be able to survive.
Yeah, you kind of have to do a little bit of an Easter egg. And
like, I don't mind having to do some stuff to open up like the Pack-a-Punch machine or whatever. Like, I get it. You have to be doing something other than just running in a circle. But like, I really didn't like it where it's like, oh, like you're trapped in here. If you don't do the Easter egg, you're going to be underpowered. You won't be able to even get like the Pack-a-Punch or perks properly.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so overly complicated. I'm like,
yeah, that's goddamn awful. If I I should be able to turn on the power and then do one little other thing for the Pack-a-Punch, and that'd be it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hated it when they got overly complicated. But yeah, I think $70 is way too much.
Yeah, I've
said this for years now. You should not have to pay to be able to play maps that are just being reused. How many times have they remastered the old Call of Duty maps at this point? It's so fucking.
Oh my god!
They just
the COD 4 maps
for the same maps over and over again. I'm not saying the old maps are bad, but I shouldn't have to keep paying for the same shit over and over again. Like Newfound.
What's that COD 4 map with
Crash, the helicopter in the middle?
Not that one. The one that was a DLC map in COD 4 that they've redone over and over. It's like a little block building, and then there's a little outside area, and the block building has hallways. That's like an office type thing, but it's not the one with TVs in it. It's got like the hallways are blocked by like bookcases and stuff.
Backlot, broadcast.
Backlot, I think.
Backlot?
I believe so. Let me take a look at Backlot. Backlot, they've put in like fucking 6 games.
Yeah.
Like in Nuketown too. Nuketown's probably a better example.
Yeah, like I said, I like a lot of these maps, but it's like they're so fucking lazy. It's like, all right, we're gonna charge you again, and all the maps are gonna be the same old maps. It's like, especially now, where like they're remastering it 2 fucking games in a row. Essentially, it's like,
I'm not Backlot.
There's no way you're touching this up. Kill House. I just have a list of the maps here. It's not Kill House. That's not what it is. Is it the one where there's outside a bunch of shipping containers and then you go inside? It's like a school sort of area.
I think that might be it. Yeah. What's that one called?
Fuck. Is it Vacant?
Let's see. Vacant.
That
sounds about right. Vacant. Yes. Vacant. Vacant. Yes. They have fucking put Vacant in like 6 games.
I think they changed it's in Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare.
And Modern Warfare 3, I'm pretty sure it's in 2.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They put Vacant in so many games. Stop charging me money for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games it's been in.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I said, the way the battle passes work, where it's like if you want to get any worthwhile rewards from the battle pass, you have to buy it for like $10 or $20. Then they have the new Black Cell one, which is like $30 or $25. I forget what they are. I don't have any interest in buying them. But then they're like, all right, but you only have like 30 days to do it, and it takes a long time to unlock all 100 years. And it's like, fuck off. You're making me pay for something, then pay more to actually be able to access all this stuff in time because I don't have an extra 60 hours a week to sit here and grind out your fucking game. I haven't played Call of Duty in months and months and months. I don't know the last time I played it.
I played some
It's just
online Black Ops Original. I play Cold War Zombies here and there. I like zombies because it's just you just sit back with the boys, play some zombies, argue about who gets what train spot, call each other the F slur a few times, and call it a day. You know?
yeah, it's just it's not worth the hat. Like I just don't give a fuck about the competitiveness of it anymore. I enjoyed playing
Yeah,
like Modern Warfare
I
2,
think
the
that's
new
why I
one.
like zombies because the
I enjoyed playing it
competitiveness
for a
is just
while,
who got the
but
most kills. Oh, I got more kills than you, bitch. You know?
that and it's gotten to the point where every time I went online, all I got stuck playing was shipment 24/7. Like every time the map rotation was just shipment and shipment and shipment. They're like, get all the camos you can, and it's people grinding because they keep playing that map because they want to be able to earn ranks in the battle pass. So that's all you fucking play. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just spawn and die over and over again, getting shot in the back of the head because I'm spawning in front of enemies
Right.
because the map
God.
spawns fucking suck because this map wasn't designed to be played at
Yeah.
this pace.
Because this map is from 2007.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I'm like this. Like I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. I like the campaigns. I like a lot of the, like a handful of the missions in them. I love the slow pace like breach and clear missions where you're wearing like the night vision and shit. I'm like that's fucking cool. I like the multiplayer to an extent, but I'm like, man, I'm not fucking paying for another Call of Duty when it's the same shit. It's like
Right.
it's just not fucking happening. That being said, I did pay for Texas Chainsaw Massacre for PlayStation. It was free on Game Pass while we were playing
Yeah.
it. Fucking worth it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't even $70. I think it was like $35 or something on PlayStation. I'm like, whatever.
I think I've bought Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 5 times. I bought it twice on the PS2, once on the original Xbox, once on the nope, 6 times. Once on the Xbox 360. Then I bought the Xbox 360 version again when they made it digital on the Xbox One. And then I just bought the remastered version of it, of San Andreas and 3 and Vice City. I bought that last year. So I have bought Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 6 times. So I can kind of see why people end up buying the same thing repeatedly.
Yeah.
You know? But I think
It's,
all in all combined, I think I've spent $100 on that game buying it 6 times. Cause it was like probably like anywhere from $10 to $20 every time I bought it.
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, that's at least more reasonable. They realize, hey, this is a remake. We don't need to charge you. Like, well, that is the problem with like Red Dead Redemption, the first one. They just ported it to I think PlayStation and the Switch or something, or PC and the Switch, I forget which. And they charge $60 for it. It's like
Damn.
it's not even upscalled.
Now
It's
they
just
did
a port. It's
they
not
did
even like upscaled to
charge
4K.
they did charge full price for these games when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I got the definitive trilogy, the remastered of Vice
Yeah.
City 3
I heard that
and
was a
San
disaster.
Andreas. Yeah, it wasn't very good. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it wasn't very good. If you would have paid full price, I think they priced it wrong at Walmart one day because I was looking online for it, and on the store it was like $40.
Yeah.
At GameStop it was like $40, and I went to Walmart and they had it as $19.99 one day, and I was like, oh shit! All right, let me snag that real quick. So I got it on the cheap on the disc. Dude, I've got the disc of it.
Yeah, I hate that where it's like, hey, this is a remake. We're charging full price. It's like you shouldn't. It's like, you shouldn't charge
Especially
full.
when they don't remake it. The only thing they
That's the
added
thing.
was
Yeah.
the weapon wheel. You still can't like get behind cover and shit.
Yeah,
They didn't even
fucking-
add much to it. They just made it HD, and it's not even like that good of HD either.
Yeah,
honestly.
I saw images where the characters look worse in some
Some
of,
of them do. Oh my god, dude! Some of the characters in San Andreas, the way that they HD'd them, they look insane.
My guess is they did
nuts.
something along the lines of like an AI where they just put it in for smoothing, and so it'll take like just picture a person's face. It'll like they might have been really blocky back in the day, but it gave them like sort of a round sort of look to their like cheeks or whatever. But when they put it through the filter, it just cleaned that all up and removed a lot of like the edges, so it looks like cleaner, but it gives them a really jagged look, which fucks up their facial features, which is what I
Trying
think
to
happened.
find. I think it was the sister, maybe. Who was it? Somebody looked insane in the definitive edition. Maybe it was the brother. The definitive.
It's
It was wild, dude. Let me see.
I just typed in San Andreas remake bad
Yeah,
graphics.
look up sweet definitive edition, dude. It was, or I'll just screenshot this and send it to you.
It Yeah, some of these
It
look
was
fucking
insane.
bad.
This is a main character. This is the guy's brother. He gives you a ton of missions as in a main character in the game. And this is what he came out looking like.
Oh, they're fucking pathetic.
What the hell did they do? And it looks even more wild when he's like walking around, not just in the cutscenes. It's like, holy fuck, dude, that does not match at all some of the other characters.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember seeing pictures of this guy.
Oh, dude, here it is. Here it is up. Here's a side shot of it when it's. Try to screenshot this. This is the brother. Yeah, it was a disaster, and it is a shame because how San Andreas went, because one of the voice actors wanted more money halfway through. The guy who plays Ryder, MC8, the rapper, and they had to kill him off in the game, and they kill him off in like an unceremonious way with like stock voice recordings because he had already quit the project, and it just left like a big hole in the game. So, but shout out to that 15-year-old game, probably older than that. I think it came out like 2006, something like that. I can't wait for GTA 6, dude. You gonna get it?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's the thing. I know I'm gonna get my money's worth. That's why I don't mind paying for it.
Yeah, dude. GTA has so much in it.
Speaking of not getting your money's worth, I was looking at getting tickets to a soccer match in Philadelphia on Tuesday. Normal prices for the stadium is like excuse me, normal prices for the seats I wanted were like 85, $90. I'm looking at them on the online before the match on Saturday or something, last Saturday or whatever, and it's like $1,100. I'm like, fucking Christ.
Is it the finals or something?
No, but there's a popular player that was coming into town, Messi, and it was like the tickets prices shot up. I was looking, so they're playing in Nashville tonight, and I had looked. This is the final now, and the normal prices for this would have been like $75, and I'm looking like right now, ticket price $1,350. I'm like, fucking hell, like 1,350. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's fucking insane. I saw like season ticket holders, I mean, would normally get like a discounted rate, and they were losing their shit for the Philadelphia match at least. They're like, yeah, I forget how much they paid for like the season tickets, but they're like, all right, well at least we'll get a discount. And then the cheapest tickets were $275 for standing room only. I'm like, what the fuck?
So
like,
maybe I'm looking at this wrong, because I had seen that they had at work they had that Messi guy on the TV, and I was like, God damn it, this is shit. This is the worst sport ever. Why the fuck do they care? This guy isn't even doing anything. It's almost
$7,200.
It almost looks like, is this like his retirement tour that he's just doing as a sellout? Because
he signed to Major League Soccer in the U.S. for 2 years, basically,
and he hasn't scored a single goal yet.
That's not true at all. He's the highest scoring player since he's joined.
Oh, it says 0 goals on his thing here.
Oh, so that's probably an MLS, which is the actual league competition. They're playing in like a tournament right now, and he's only played in the tournament so far. They haven't even played any like league matches. So in the 6 matches he's played, he scored 9 goals.
Oh, okay.
He's the highest.
Yeah, I just see his 2023 Inter Miami stat: 0 goals, 0 assists.
He's been the best player by far in the tournament. Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping it was what I was thinking. I was like, damn, is this guy? Did he just get paid to just show up and do nothing? And he's selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
So he's just facing a lower competition then.
Let's see here. So they actually brought him in, and 2 of his former teammates from Barcelona. And the 3 of them, even though they're in like their mid-30s, have been fucking tearing it up.
So is this like the equivalent of when like Dwight Howard went to Thailand and he literally scores like 80 points a game now?
Probably, yeah, it seems like that to an
Is
extent.
it that's how the American that's how it is the American way?
I don't think it'll carry on that way as it goes on. He's got 9 goals and an assist in 6 matches. So
I didn't know if it was like if that's how it is for the European players. Like, oh, when we're getting older, if we want to still do well, we'll just go play in the U.S.
They'll come
just
to the
like
US
how
and
all the other sports, all the other sports, when they get shitty, they leave the U.S. league and go to the other countries. It's the opposite for soccer. They're like, oh, dude, we'll come to the U.S. Make a fuck ton of money. Yeah, dude, look at that game.
Points. 37 rebounds, 9 assists, and 14 blocks.
Yeah, he almost had a quadruple double. Almost. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he just goes over there and there's nobody even close to his athleticism.
He's got to go to Japan. That's where Dwight Howard needs to go.
He's in Thailand.
I guess Thailand's probably not too much different.
In the Japanese league, I went to a Japanese basketball game when I lived over there. You can only have 2 Americans playing at a time. That's the rule they have. Because if they didn't, there'd be no other players besides just Americans on the team.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the stat sheets, it'll be like, oh, Hideki Shinushia, 2 points per game. And then you'll see like Latrell Green. 29 points per game, 18 rebounds, and you're like, Jesus. And they're just dunking on these fucking 6 foot or these 5'8" Japanese guys repeatedly. It's guys who played 1 game in the NBA and shit. Guys who played Division II, they're averaging over 20 points per game over there. It's insane. And,
the way I'm approaching it now that I view it is for players that want to like make a name for themselves and show that they're like world-class players. They play in England. It's the top tier like league at this point for soccer. If they want to like retire but not like embarrass themselves, but just come over and still do well like stat wise, they come to the US
and make money.
If they want to make money, they go to like Saudi Arabia. That's where they're getting fucking paid right now. That's where like the $1 billion contracts are coming from.
Damn.
And I saw
for
someone
a good
today,
retirement tour.
I saw someone today describe it as Saudi Arabia does not have a league. They have like it's like a zoo for former like professional athletes where you just go watch them in person and it's like, oh, look at all the best players from yesteryear are here getting paid a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like I get why they would go there. They're getting paid tons of fucking money. One season there, they're getting hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like, yeah, I fucking get it.
Oh, yeah, because I think I would much rather watch if you just had a live stream where you paid LeBron James $1 billion. He's 42 or whatever at that point. In a couple years, you say, here's $1 billion. We want you to live stream, and people are just going to pay money to come play against you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 5-on-5 all day long, every day of the week, but you're playing just whoever. Like, I could show up and play against him, and they just live stream it, and he just destroys them.
Yeah.
I would actually watch that. I would watch that. I would probably just put that on in the background while I was like doing chores. Like, let's just put LeBron shit talking, like accountants that went on vacation, and fucking 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 or whatever.
The only issue they're facing now is like the hypocrisy of some people who are like outspoken like activists. Like players that are like outspoken about like
and now they're going and playing for a slave-driven country.
Yeah, it's like they take their blood money. Like if they were a normal country that didn't have like any of these problems, it'd be like I totally fucking get it. Get the bag and get out. Yeah, like totally makes sense. But the fact that they're like I said, the one guy in particular who's like had like criticized them in the past or like Qatar or something, I forget exactly, but he's like a very outspoken activist for like gay and transgender people, I think. And then he's like, well, I'm going to get a bunch of money, so I think I'll go over there and play for them. This? I forget the player's name. Jordan Henderson, maybe, might be the guy's name. I forget.
Well, it's not important. Yeah, it's you'll see people's true colors real quick if they go over there, because those countries make all that money on the backs of slave labor. They make all that money on the backs of slave labor. They don't even really have plumbing in a lot of those buildings. They just have they have to truck it out every day. And those places would collapse if they didn't have slaves. If they had to pay those people, they wouldn't have all that money, and they'd collapse. So that whole business model is literally what you can achieve with modern day slave labor, is what they're doing there. So, yeah, it's definitely immoral to go over there. If you know that, if you're like have a brain enough not to just be like, oh, how the fuck are they paying me $1 billion and these guys only offered me 30 million? How the fuck is this? Why is that? Well, one, because they gotta pay the guy who fucking cleans the place a living wage here, and over there they're gonna have 12 guys do it in half the time.
Over
but
there, they'll bury him under the bathroom when he's done cleaning it.
Literally, when he's done, he's gonna collapse, and they're gonna use his bones in the field or some shit. Yeah. Who knows? No one's gonna know who any of these people are. They're all trafficked in.
At a certain point, it's like, how much money could you possibly need as well? It's like Messi's getting paid so much fucking money, even though it's a lot. He was offered billions of dollars to go play over there, but he came to the US instead. He's still making a shitload of money, more than he could possibly spend.
Do you think it'd be a good business model for a soccer player, instead of coming to the US at the end of their career, just somebody from like Liverpool who's like, I would be a hot prospect in Liverpool, but I would be above average. But if I go to the US, I'm going to be Michael Jordan over there for my prime, play their prime out in the US, and then go over there when they're like 35, get paid big, but not be as good, and be like, oh, you know, my knees are shit and everything. If I'd have came over when I was younger, and you could have a good legacy despite not being that great of a player.
I think part of it would be they would not get the respect. Like, people playing in the MLS do not get anywhere near the respect, just because it's like it's not a bullshit league, but there's a reason that they score a lot in American soccer. It's because the defensive players are not that fucking good. So it's entertaining to watch to an extent. I think most people agree. If you watch like MLS compared to like the top leagues over in Europe, it's fucking embarrassing. They look like shit here in America, but you're also watching all of the best players in the world compete at the top of their game over in Europe. So it's not exactly a fair comparison. But
yeah, it's just so hard to watch.
I know you don't like it. I love it. But
it's so hard to watch. When I
move down to like Raleigh, I'm absolutely buying season tickets to North Carolina FC. It would cost me, for the best possible seats, it would cost me a little over $1,000 a year for season tickets.
I'd take a rip up and go to a game with you, because that's only like 6, or I think it's like 8 hours from here. I'd take a rip up. I'm not opposed to just not even watching. I'll go to anything live, but for on TV, man, that's a rough one for TV sport. That's up there with baseball.
I think part of it is the commentary too. The American commentators, for not every sport, but a lot of them suck. The MLS commentators are the fucking worst commentators I've ever seen, I think.
Oh, I thought you were going to they sell it. I was like, damn, dude. Because I was going to say, I thought we have the better commentators.
Shockingly bad.
I hate our commentators, and I think we have the best commentators in the world. And I hate I wish they would just play the sport.
That'd be like so much better.
It would get less viewership, because if you ever do just watch, I love every now and then the UFC will upload like an old fight, and we'll forget to edit the commentary music over onto it, and it'll just be the fight.
It's so much better.
I'm like, oh, dude, this is how I want it. Yeah. But I can also see how people would be watching it and could quickly get distracted if they don't have Joe Rogan like, all right, and he's tying his leg up here. What he needs to do is put his knee straight down to the mat, so that way he can take his back, get a hook in, and eventually try to move it over the body triangle. That is what he is best at. That's what he's going to try to do. Instead of having that, I can see why people would get bored if it's just like, woo, woo, pop, pop, pop from them hitting each other.
The first MLS game I watched was the All-Star game, which was in like mid-July this year. So I find it hilarious. They have the MLS All-Stars. All the best players from America are all on one team. So, I mean, obviously a lot of them are on the bench, but everyone's on one team, and then they play an actual team from Europe. They played Arsenal. I find it hilarious that like that's the All-Star game, is the Americans trying to take on like a team from Europe.
And they got smoked.
5-0. They got butt.
Dude, I want to see them take on like one of those teams that's trying to get into the Premier League. Like it was
the best part is for Arsenal, it was a preseason match. So they're just rotating out all of their players constantly.
Oh yeah,
Just
I
to
was
like
gonna
get them
say,
warmed up.
but don't even give
And
them
then
like
someone
somebody at
showed up
Arsenal's
against the
level. Give them
All-Stars.
like Ipswich. I want to see the U.S. All-Star team versus Ipswich, dude. I think they'd still lose. Like
Could
not even
be.
a Premier
I
League
don't know.
team. That's like a team that's in and out of the Premier League. You know, those ones that are like just barely ranked, and some years they're in, some years they aren't. Give them one of those. Give them
Yeah.
one of those guys. I think they'd still
It'd be
lose.
entertaining to watch. Yeah,
It'd be
it's just
closer.
both fun
I
and
think we'd
games.
at least
Oh yeah.
score. We might at
Oh
least
yeah.
score in that one. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a
It's just funny
blowout.
to me, like the best we have to offer
It's gonna get blown
is
out.
blown out by a. I mean, to be fair, Arsenal are a good team. I think they almost won the Premier League last year, so
It's
they're
like when the
definitely a good team.
fucking. It was
But
like
it's
when
funny
the,
that it's preseason for them and they're not really trying that hard, and it's still 5-0.
it was like when the women's Olympic soccer team played
Yeah.
against that middle school boys team and got lit up. It's the same thing, dude. It's just like that. It's basically like the adult men came to play against the American soccer players. And
It was
just
5-2.
fucked them.
They lost.
Oh,
to
they
the
did get a couple points in. Okay,
under
we didn't get
15
shut out.
boys. The under 15 boys squad won 5-2.
Oh, damn. I thought you meant the Americans scored on the European. Yeah, 5-2, the under 15 boys squad. That is brutal. Oh, that is brutal. That is brutal. That is a stain on that, dude. That's brutal.
I don't know. That's a thing. But yeah, the ticket prices are fucking ridiculous. The commentators are terrible. That's what I was gonna say. We watched the All-Star game. I hate the fact that like commentators act like they're as interesting as the players or like as popular.
Oh, God.
That
is the worst.
They had a commentator. There was two of them. The one person was just kind of tagging along with him. Is this woman tagging along with this other commentator, and he's running on the field during warmups, trying to like talk to players, like, "Hey man, you got a minute? Yo, come here, yeah, we're gonna chat. Yo, what's going on, brother? Whatever." And like the players are like, "No, I'm in warmups."
Yeah, leave me alone.
Not like one, maybe two players
zeroing
like,
in.
Warmups. Like, why are you bothering us?
I'm honing in, dude.
It's so fucking annoying.
Trying to zero in.
There's that. There's that, and when they get like a specific phrase that they just keep repeating over and over again.
Yeah, you have that in every sport.
Okay, yeah, maybe there's one that it's DOGSO. It's DOGSO. It's denying obvious goal scoring opportunity. So if a player is like clearly about to score and gets like knocked down or whatever, it's an obvious penalty because he would have scored, but you tripped him or like you kicked him from behind or whatever. And so they've shortened it to DOGSO. And they must have said it 6 or 7 times in the span of like 8 seconds over like 2 sentences. That's DOGSO. It's the clearest DOGSO I've ever seen. That's the clearest DOGSO that ever DOGSO'd. Shit like that.
Yeah, if they overdo it, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't mind a little lingo, but don't overdo it.
I don't mind like using the lingo. It's just clearly he just heard that or something.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to repeat it to make himself seem smarter. I'm like, fuck off.
Man. He was in the loop. Hockey was the worst with that for a while, dude. Hockey has stupid old terms for everything. There was this commentator for the Buffalo Sabres, and when somebody would get a top shelf goal, he would every time he'd go, "Where Mama hides the cookie jar." It was so annoying, dude. Like, stop, dude. But to ticket prices, dude, the soccer games, that $1,000 for a season isn't too bad. But I do like how at least some of the shittier, more boring sports, they don't be charging a lot. Like, how much is, if I wanted to go to, look this up real quick. Okay. Look up tickets to George Steinbrenner's Field. That's like the closest baseball team around here. Just see how much those would be.
Team plays there.
Let me see. George Steinbrenner Field.
Here we go. Tampa?
Yeah, it's in Tampa. What is the name of that team?
Is it the Tampa Bay Rays? Is that what it is?
I don't think.
No, that's Tropicana Field. What is played here? The Yankees spring training team.
No, that's not what it is. There's an actual team there. I've seen the jerseys. The Tampa Tarpons. The Tampa Tarpons. Dude, how much is tickets to go see the Tampa Tarpons?
Tampa Tarpons tickets.
Let's see, dude. I bet you it's $25 compared to $250. Tickets. So at least baseball knows its shit.
Let's see. This is today. Let's see what prices are today.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
$18.
18
This is the
bucks.
cheapest one that
Dude,
pops
that's
up.
probably high
I
because
think it looks like the most expensive ones are $34.
I saw some that were $8 one day.
Yeah,
I was like, what
it's
can
so
you
much
do
more
for less than
yeah,
$10 now?
yeah. And then you get these like, I mean, it was even that way like for like football. Like, I know when my girlfriend's brother went to like an Eagles game in the playoffs, it was like I forget what, $1,100 a ticket or something. I'm like,
Holy
fucking
fuck.
Christ. The most I've ever paid for a ticket was like 730 ish. And that was when I went down to Miami to Hard Rock Stadium to watch Barcelona and Real Madrid play. And I was like,
Oh, that
whatever.
was in Miami.
Yeah. It was
That's
the first
pretty
time
cool.
they'd ever played out. I think it was the first time they ever played outside of Europe. It was the first time they played in the US, that's for sure.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, this is worth it. I
What'd
would
you think
not.
of Miami?
I didn't really travel around at all.
Oh, okay.
Went down, stayed at a cheap hotel to make up for the cost of the tickets, and went to the game. And then we went back up to Orlando, met up with some family to go to Universal Studios, and I think we went to Epcot or something as well.
You did all the touristy shit, dude. You didn't even do any real Florida stuff.
No, we were down there for I think 5 days total only.
Did all the touristy behaviors.
Yeah.
That's fun too, dude. I like to do tourist shit.
It depends.
I like to do too. When I go somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do the tourist shit. Give me the dime tour, you know. And it's just Florida. It's not like you're going to another fucking country. Like if I'm gonna go to Jamaica, yeah, I'm gonna go to the beach and eat jerk chicken. It's what I'm gonna do. That's what all the tourists probably do when they go there, but that's also what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, so if I go to Greece, dude, I'm gonna go to Athens, look at all the fucking ruins, do all the touristy shit.
I think next year might be when we're going over to Europe. We're gonna go up to Scotland, visit my family there.
That's pretty
We'll probably
fire.
go down to like London just to check it out. I've never been to London. Then we'll go down to Barcelona in Spain, probably to Paris. Maybe we'll go down to Rome in Italy.
That's a good rip.
Somewhere down in Italy.
Is that for your 30th birthday? You turning 30 this year? Next year?
I will be 30. Yeah, I hadn't considered doing it around my birthday. I knew we weren't gonna have time this year to do it. But yeah I could.
That'd be a good. That's what I mean. I think my 30th birthday might be my European send. That might be when I go to Europe when I turn 30. That's a good time to do it, I think, because I think I'm going to hit Jamaica next year. As Jane is from Jamaica, and she can do all the talking there. She knows how to speak that craziness.
Luckily, in the UK, they speak English.
Yeah.
So I won't have that problem.
Oh, yeah, over Europe.
Yeah.
They speak English.
But yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out when the time comes. One thing I wanted to talk about before we went was I saw there's some flack going to Elon Musk because he was talking about getting rid of the block button on Twitter.
Oh,
removing
my
the
God.
feature to block people.
You can't block people. You just have to take the harassment from them.
That there's the people are complaining about, and then they're like making fun of him because like if he does that, Twitter will get removed from app stores because it's a mandatory feature in every app store.
Yeah, because that's like anti-harassment.
It is.
That's like
yeah.
just stopping someone from harassing you online. How would you get rid of that? Of all things, I mean, I love trolls, but that's just next level at that point.
Fucking stupid. I think he's mad that people are blocking him and he's not getting the.
Oh my God, that is as petty as it gets.
I don't know that for sure, but it would not surprise me in the slightest.
It would be so good. I would support it if that was why. If he openly came out and like, I want to troll people harder. I want to troll the New York Post, and they have me blocked, and I don't want them to be able to block me. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, this is his website. You should be able to shit on him if he wants. I'd get behind that.
But yeah, so that was the thing that's coming out. I love how he's just been taking L after L after L lately. The rebranding to X, everyone mocking him when he realized that it was going to be called X videos on Twitter. There's that. Realizing that he doesn't own he can't get like the trademark for the X logo and shit like that because it's already owned by like Microsoft and other companies.
Damn.
Trying to put up the big fucking glowing sign on the roof of the building, having it get taken down like within a couple of days. because it's blinding the neighbors across the street, and he didn't
Oh,
get
I
a
thought it
permit
was
for
going to
it.
be like an airplane interference.
No, they just didn't get a permit to put it up even, and it was a
What
public
the fuck?
disturbance, so they took it down within a
How
couple
did
of
not
days.
get a permit?
Well, it literally shined right at the apartment
Yeah.
building across the street, in the middle of the night, like this big blinding light, and there's no way these people could sleep at night with that. But so that got taken down right away. Now with the block button, getting like if he would get removed, like the whole thing is just what a fucking loser, and he just keeps losing money hand over fist. It's fucking hilarious.
It's insane. How does he? God, that is not at all. It is insane. He handles his billions the total opposite of how I would handle my billions.
That's because you're not a nepo baby.
Is that how he got his money? I thought he got it from PayPal.
The only reason he got involved in PayPal was because of his dad's money. They own that emerald mine, so his dad gave him money to invest in PayPal.
An emerald mine.
He tried to rename PayPal X back in the day. They told him fuck off. There's no chance. He sold PayPal, or he sold his part of PayPal, made a bunch of money. He used that money to buy SpaceX or Tesla. I forget the orders. But he did both. He bought into Tesla. He bought into SpaceX. He didn't come up with these ideas. He just bought into them after the fact. And then on top of that, the amount of government funding he's gotten for these companies is ridiculous as well. To think that he's the one driving up their value is not true at all. And then obviously he's been terrible managing the funding with Twitter. He bought it for $44 billion, which is way overvalued.
Yeah.
And then lost most of that value.
Sheesh.
It's just, imagine going from this guy who's not beloved, but people were like, this guy's so cool, doing all these cool things.
They thought he was like Tesla.
Yeah. And then it's oh, actually he just was given a bunch of money and has no fucking idea how to run a business.
Yeah, that is insane. I love it though, dude. I love to see an NBA player style burnout of cash where they just waste it all on anything. Because that is some of the dumbest shit ever. To start a space, I always just now realizing that it's SpaceX because he's obsessed with the letter X. I was thinking it was space exploration.
You're giving him too much credit. Yeah.
I know, I did. I'm like, wow, dude, this whole time I thought it made sense. He just was sticking the letter X at the end because he was obsessed with it for some reason. He tried to call
it. He thinks it's the coolest thing ever. I mean, even his son's name is X.
God.
Xavier. It's X Aether Ash 12, I think. It's XAEA-XII. That's his son's name.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
and then he's and then he how to pronounce it? It's just X, like the letter X.
What the fuck?
He's fucking obsessed with it.
Oh my god, that's borderline doing that non-binary shit, making people do that. Gaslighting people into saying that word is pronounced X. Come on,
that's the funniest thing. He gave people such a hard time over their pronouns, oh yeah, no, you're not allowed to use pronouns or whatever on Twitter. I forget what he had said at the time. It was something complaining about it, and then he was complaining about the way people were pronouncing his son's name. I was like,
yeah, it's dude, this is your head is up your own ass here, bud. What are you doing? Come on now. How is he rationalizing half of this?
He's an idiot. It's fun to watch though. I still love when he was showing off the Tesla truck and he smashed both the windows.
Yeah, smashed the windows. That was pretty good.
I like that they're in the crowd telling him, "Oh, roll them up." What's that? Bam! Smashes the window.
Boom. Yeah, that's to be vacuum sealed in there, I guess. To not
thinking that the Tesla truck works as a boat is fucking insane as well. It's
yeah, and he was like, people will be able to take the boat to work. Yeah, they'll be able to drive it to work across some river to the Tesla factory. It was like, dude, you don't pay your employees anything. They're not gonna be able to afford that thing. The hell are you talking about, dude?
Man, well, we're going to wrap up. We're a little over an hour and a half. I did want to mention we got Payday 3 coming up. Looking forward to playing that. It's going to be fun. Dude. And I don't know that it's going to be done by the time this episode comes out, but it should be. We're recording this on the 19th. This episode's coming out the 23rd. I should have it by the end, the 26th, by the coming weekend. Dead Just Productions podcast animated. We got
Ooh.
one coming down the pipeline.
I want to
So
be the
looking forward to that.
explosives guy. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry for
Explosives
interrupting.
guy.
Keep going. I was just thinking about I was just sitting here thinking right after you said Payday 3, I was like, damn, dude, what character do I want to be? And Payday 2, I was the tank
It's so
character.
fucking confused. I was like, "What are you talking? It's just a podcast."
Yeah.
What are you-
Payday 3, I was the tank character, which was fun. But I'm like, I always did all the killing. I would give somebody else a turn for the killing, and I suck at aiming. I want to be the explosives guy.
That
But
makes
yeah,
more sense in the context of Payday.
the animation, dude. I can't wait for the animation. That'll be sick, dude. I'll finally get to be a cartoon.
So
I always wanted to be a cartoon.
But the first, I tried doing it myself, and it turns out I'm just do not have the skills needed to animate yet. I did get a couple of programs. I'm gonna work on getting better at it, but for the foreseeable future, I'm not gonna be doing it myself because I've got a lot of work to do as far as like learning how to do it.
That is a whole skill. People go to college for that.
It's so I got a guy working on it now, and then I'm gonna see about making more in the future. So we'll see. Turns out we don't even have a successful Patreon, and we're still putting animations out. PKA could learn.
Yeah. They're like, we tried and they came out like shit. I'm like, just fucking upload the shitty ones.
$50.
Yeah. Probably the same guy, dude. He's probably hired the same guy, that first guy.
I remember looking up at the time when they said that like, oh, we don't want to, we're trying to get good anime. I think the guy they went to was literally like $50. I'm like,
why
you guys
are they
making like $20,000 a month?
Boomers?
It was so.
Are they making that much?
Sick. Not anymore. No, they were at the time. Not anymore. Everyone, so many people canceled because like.
Yeah, I saw that they were under 1,000 Patreons now.
What happens is they promised the animations, they promised the in-person meetups, and there's something else, I forget what it was, and they didn't meet any of them, and then they just removed those promises off their Patreon. They're like,
that's
yeah,
rough.
no, that's happening. It's like, wow, take their money and run. Okay. And so a shit ton of people canceled it, and yeah, now they still do the Hangouts, which. Dude, like I said, I did 2 of those just to see what it was like. I didn't want to do just one because I was like, I could get a biased representation. Did 2 of them. Both of them, I was just like, this is fucking cringy as shit.
It might be better now since there's way less people on it.
Well, the problem is it's supposed to be like, I'll make them like 25 people on a call, and you schedule a time so you can be in there so that everyone has a chance to get in. But they kick out people so that they're like the people that are there more like the biggest suck ups are always in the call. Like some of the moderators are like the biggest fucking dick riders, and like they'll kick out people from the call so they can help
like MIDI.
Yeah. And so like it's
chiz
fucking losers, dude. Yeah, it's pathetic. And the entire time it was just like I said, I got asked like a couple questions about like the custom jerseys I had in the background. I was like, yeah, this is what I do, marketing and things like that. And then that was pretty much it. And then the rest of the time, just people like, bro, I remember the one time you said this. I actually have a story like that. And it's like them just like trying to like act like they're like way more interesting than they actually are. And none of the people there were interesting at all.
Do anything at all.
The biggest fucking losers.
They just live in apartments, paycheck to paycheck.
They all looked like they're fucking broke as fuck. I was like, there's no way people can afford to pay those months to be here. Like this is their expense for the month was $50. They saved up $50 so they could be on this call.
God.
I was like, holy shit. You people need to be better with your money.
Yeah, it's anytime that they talk about some of the dick riders from the Patreon that just like dump money to play games with Kyle, like MIDI, I'm like, this is so cringe, dude. That guy that he's talking about right now is literally like so I don't know how they don't see it, but it's like that guy is so obsessed with you that he paid a ton of money repeatedly month after month so he could stay in there gaming with you and would stay up till 3, 4, 5 a.m. with you on the regular.
It's like that fish guy.
He's like Target Security, Fish, all those guys, dude.
That guy's such a fucking loser, bro. He was in there. He lives with his fucking parents, and they kind of would talk about him all the time because he's a cool fucking guy. He comes in, people will like poke fun at him, and he'll immediately be like, "Dude, I'll fucking kill you, man. Like all of you kicked from the call and everything." Like it's just talking shit, like knowing he's the back of like one of the moderators. It's like this guy's such a fucking loser. He's the thinnest fucking skin I've ever seen. But, he looks like he'd be fucking sticky if you bumped into him.
Pretty much, if you go into when they played Among Us, Pick any of those guys, and they've all got something kind of wrong with them. And I'll fight any of them at the next baller bash, whatever the fuck that bullshit was called.
I don't fucking remember. I know what you're talking about.
Baller bash. NBA
everyone,
players boxing each other.
Everyone in there in the Discord doing the like $50 a month calls, they were fucking losers. The fact that they sat there watching a guy fuck his girlfriend on stream was the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
Now that I could get behind.
Absolutely.
I'm just kidding, but that is weird. Yeah, because she probably wasn't even that good looking. It was just a little of a live show. Did she even have a big ass?
I wasn't there. I have no fucking idea.
Oh, okay.
It's just the whole thing. They're just the biggest fucking like incels in that group ever. It's the weirdest shit. I don't know.
I love a good incel though, dude. We need a incel boot camp. Dude, what if we had incel boot camp where they just came down and I just whipped them into shape, like got them a gym membership?
Series we do,
dude. I could
I'll fucking fund it. You can get them into shape. I'm just filming it and shit,
dude. I could whip and if we had a willing participant that was like, I'm sick of it. I want to get in shape. I want to get a makeover, get a haircut, and then go out with claws, and I just fucking run him through the ringer, and run him through the whole process from loser to cruiser, dude. It's fucking, that would be sick. I would watch that shit. Yeah. Step 1, you get a fat slob in there, and by the end of it, he's tan, toned. He's got a new wardrobe, a decent haircut, or, well, if he's balding, then a good hat. We get him a good hat if he's balding.
I like the idea of like he comes down wearing a hat. You're like, come on, we're gonna get your hair cleaned up. Give you a nice. You lift the hat up, and you're like, we'll get you a new hat.
We're gonna get you a good hat. We're gonna get you a nice new clean hat. We're gonna get you hats that match your shoes. If you're a bald guy, you now become a hat that matches your shoes type of guy. That's what you do when you're trying to get pussy anyway. If you're a bald guy trying to get a girlfriend, your shoes now need to match your hat. At least here in Florida, dude. And he's going to be in my area. There's tons of good pickings down here. They've got like 50 colleges around this area. There's so, So.
Yeah, he walks up to someone and he's like, would you like to fuck? It's like, all right, let's hold on.
Yeah, like, okay. Yeah, then I immediately interchange. Like, okay, all right. So what we see you did wrong here. So you didn't even introduce yourself.
The shit out of her. She thought you were going to rape her.
Yeah, you immediately sexually harassed this woman. So. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to introduce yourself. Yeah, but the first steps are
here's the twist. Here's the twist at the end. The whole series is leading up to him successfully getting a date, right?
Yes.
And we've set it up. We have like a person that he finds attractive. We put in a couple of people. Like, why don't you talk to her, right? And we set it up, and he gets.
We've got a couple of people that we hired.
We've got hidden cameras, right? And they go back to like a hotel room that we've already prepaid for. And it's a transgender woman. It's a woman with a penis, and it freaks him the fuck out. And we're like, psych! You're on punked.
A woman with a penis, dude. Holy fuck, that'd be so good. We'd get canceled immediately for that one nowadays. No, dude. If we wanted return, like, because if we did one successful one, people are gonna see that and would be willing to pay to come on there. There's some incels that make money just programming and shit, but they just can't get the rest of it together. They need claws to come in there, force them into developing a PPL workout regimen and counting their calories and their macros, teaching them just the basics of that, getting them on a schedule with a barber or hats that match their shoes.
Teaching them how deodorant works and soap.
Yeah, deodorant, soap, a couple good outfits, maybe a bottle of cologne. Now you're built back up, and now we're gonna say, okay, now we got to get you. If they already have a good job, cool. If they're a loser, then all right, let's get you into a trade school or something that you like doing. You don't mind crawling around in the shit. Let's get you be a plumber. Get you in there being a barber. Get you in there being some type of trade, dude. Something that anybody can do if you just put the effort into it. And then once they put the effort into themselves, dude, we come back, because you're might have to have a couple of them running if they don't already have money coming in. Then you're gonna have to. All right, we come back 6 months later. He's toned up, tan. He's fucking.
We just force him to
Got
work out in the heat, in the sun, so he
yeah.
gets a
No,
tan
we'll
at the same
get
time.
him a good. Just take him to the gym. Take him to Gold's or whatever.
I like the idea of making work in the sun. Big
Oh
fat guy
yeah.
sweating.
Oh well, we would do that for the show. We're just gonna be
Yeah.
like, come on, flip that over, and it's gonna like just that's gonna be like 3 minutes of
We're just
actually
having him
doing it.
do chores for us.
It's gonna be me holding pads as he's like boxing, and then me like ducking and weaving, holding the pads behind my back and shit. It's gonna be, them breaking concrete with hammers. It's gonna be
All right, pick this up. We're gonna load all this shit in a truck. It's just him, or I'm making him help me move.
make him do manual labor. And they're mowing the lawn. Yeah, where he's like, "Come on, keep it up." He's like pushing the lawnmower. Yeah, so I'm sitting there just watching it. Dude, I could turn an incel around, dude. I could
This is what we need to do.
definitely get these guys whipped around.
What I have everything.
Incel. You have everything we need.
I have all the I have so many cameras here we could use. I've got the lighting rigs. I got all the like the boom arms for the microphones and shit. I've got I've got lav mics, those ones you clip onto your shirt.
We just need a client, dude. We just need the clientele.
Exactly.
We need an incel.
It's a golden.
Well, any incels, if you're listening, hit us up, dude. If you want to be tanned up and toned up, you guys. I know this is no video, but you're talking to a stallion here, dude. You're talking to a Mustang. Talking to a
You'll
Camaro.
see the cartoon version of him soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking to you see the cartoon version of me with my beautiful lips, my nice luscious hair.
I hope the animator designs you looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger body, or you're just fucking massive.
Yeah, just like, an okay shape.
Fiction. Yeah.
Work hard. Just if you don't put the effort into yourself. No, then it's not worth putting the effort into trying to get any girl at that point. Got to put the effort into yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah. My girlfriend has a friend that she hasn't actually talked to her in ages, but it's a girl that demands everything from her future husband, but has absolutely nothing that she brings to the table. She's one of those people. It's like a reverse incel. So it's a female version, I guess. I don't know if there's a specific female version of that. But
yeah, she's the lady. That's just the over demanding fat bitch.
I guess
that's the fat bitch that thinks she's a queen, dude. I'm a queen.
I've given the rundown on the show before or not. She demands that he be rich. He has to be tan,
tall,
very in shape, tall,
big dick.
He has to be Italian. He has to love the New York Mets, which is already narrows it down to nobody of any of those categories. He has to be Catholic, I think. What? And what was he has to love Disney. That's what it is. That was the other thing. I'm like, man, and and what do you bring to the table? Nothing. Okay, all right.
Is she at least good at cooking, or
she's out of shape. She's obsessed with Disney to a fault. Like that's her entire personality is Disney obsessed.
Oh god.
To the point where she doesn't have a real job. I think she just goes down like works there, like not volunteer, but like she just works there for like short periods of time. It's like an intern sort of thing. And then comes back home, lives with her parents.
Yeah, dude, being a Disney adult is borderline pedophile behavior to me.
I don't even care if people like it. It's just the obsession,
people. Yeah. The people that are obsessed. That's like, to me, that is like the first step, or like the first, if it's a spectrum, that's like the closest you can get before you start getting into like Brony and My Little Pony, and then you go one more step after that, and you're just a pedophile at that point.
It's just fucking weird.
It is weird. It's bizarre. These adults are obsessed with childhood movies. It does make sense to me because they literally are like, oh, I had a bad childhood, and I still don't take care of myself now because nobody took care of me then. So Disney, let me live in a fictional world for a little bit rather than stand on the elliptical and have a salad. I'll go to the Disney World in my head. It's fucking insane, but
they're
deranged.
I just remember, like, she stopped talking to my girlfriend when her and I started dating because she was mad that my girlfriend got a boyfriend and she couldn't.
My girlfriend, what? You have a boyfriend that works hard and cooks and works on himself? Oh my god, I'm done with you.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I've never talked to her before. I don't think she's ever interested in ever having to meet me. I would love to be able to sit down in a room with her and just be like, what would you say you bring to the table? If
Yeah, with a fucking dude
why would anyone that's rich, good looking,
with a blown pipe,
like all around, like they've got their shit together on every level, why would they want to be with you when they could have anybody? Like,
small town Pennsylvania, and they need to love the Mets. Yeah, when they could literally have anybody, they're gonna take your out of shape ass.
I just want someone that makes me look way better by comparison.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
They come at it from like the worst possible angle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love you at all. I just think that you make me look like a fucking god. I look like an Adonis next to you. If we get married, I'll take you everywhere so I can pick up actual women.
Well, actual women will think I'm such a good guy and that I don't care about looks and will throw themselves at me when they see myself with your sow ass.
Oh man. It sounds mean, but that's only because it is.
Yeah. It's only because I'm trying my hardest to be as mean as possible.
You're asking for it if you're that fucking self-serving, thinking that you deserve someone that has their shit together if you have nothing going in your life.
And even if you're not asking for it, I'll try my hardest to be that mean anyway.
I deserve everything because I have provided nothing. That makes sense.
I'll just make fun of them because if anybody came at me that hard, dude, I'd love it. I'd love it if I turned on a show and they're like, this fucking guy at work, he's got terrible posture, thinks he fucking knows everything about electricity. I'd start losing it, dude. I would lose it. I'd be like, holy fuck, dude, they got me. They got me. Or something like that.
That's the thing. Like, you have to double down and amplify. Just be like, I don't even care if I'm right. Like, yeah. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to keep talking out my ass. I'm louder than you. Because it's fucking a joke. It's not trying to, like, these people take themselves so fucking seriously. You get so butthurt if you say anything against them.
Yeah, you're good luck. Yeah, good luck talking over me, dude. Oh my god. That tickled me pretty good there.
But anyway, if anyone out there is a rich Italian Catholic who loves the Mets and Disney and in great shape and tan, if you're looking for a Pennsylvania 4, I got the go for you. Hit me up on the Twitter or Instagram, or just send me an email, whatever. Let me know. I will. I won't forward it over to her. I have no idea how to contact her, but I'll give the information to my girlfriend, and she can send it over to her. And we'll get you two set up right away.
Imagine that's what comes out of the woodwork, dude. Just the true Italian stallion. It's like, finally, my Disney whore, my Disney queen.
That would be hilarious if they're perfect in every way, and then he's like, actually, I just didn't really care for the Moana movie, and they break up.
Oh my god!
Just one movie in particular he didn't like.
That like, had the best songs.
You know what? I don't feel like they need to be remaking all these old classics. We're fucking through.
Yeah, you just leave them as classics. Why make a worse version of a great thing? You know what? I'm out of here.
You know what? I actually like this movie, but I like this one more. Fuck you. I'm keeping the house.
Fuck you. Lilo and Stitch is so much better than... I don't fucking know. I don't even know if that's Disney.
I think so. I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit. Anyway,
it's Disney and Shrek. Yeah.
The Jester Productions podcast. Thank you for being here. Go check out zencaster.com/pricing. Use code DJP15, 30% off. Liquid IV, DJP15 again, for 20% off. Helps us out a lot. Links in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go check out our YouTube. Going to be uploading the animated there. Thank you guys for being here. See you next time. Peace.